Now we're going to talk about installing the flow meter in on the return side of the system to measure our return flow. This is going to connect in series with our hose here, coming out of the high pressure pump and coming in. So again, looking at the male and female connections, we are going to need to disconnect up here, connect up our hose, and then we're going to connect our fitting from our T-hose onto the end of the male fitting and connect in series here as we work through the system. Since we do have a bit of fuel in here already, we're going to have to kind of be careful when we disconnect. Taking the line, connect up, and now we should be able to run and check our return fuel flow back to the tank. So in this system, we see that we've got barely 1 liter a minute returning back to the tank. Well less than 2. We barely had our indicator on our piston here in the window. Again, we're going to want to compare these with our specifications to see if we have indications here that we have a fuel supply problem and we are not flowing enough fuel return back into the tank. So we've completed our test with our flow meter, and we're going to go ahead and start to disconnect this. Again, you want to give a little bit of thought to where you're going to disconnect from. This line returns back to the tank, so obviously what we're going to want to try to do is we're going to want to try to get some of this fuel to return back to the tank so we don't have a big mess in our lines, and we're going to try to keep a lot of fuel from going on the ground. So I'm going to take this up in the air here. I'm going to wait a few minutes. You see the fuel is draining out of everything, and it is doing a fine job of going back into the tank again. I want to take my protective caps, and of course I want to push these in, give them a twist. There is that residual fuel in there. We did a good job, but we still have some. And of course, there we go. We did a good job of cleaning this out. This isn't going to leak into our box, and we're going to be in good shape storing this.